Yeah, this is another shippuden review 290. This episode started off with Tsunade sending Naruto, Sakura, Sayamudo on a mission. That mission is basically, going in and see what this treasure is and where it is, and what it's mainly all about. The Shikara power they calling it. It's basically it's two storyline. Basically, storyline with this guy rescuing these kids from a total annihilation, catastrophic devastation from their village, and they're like going on to a neighboring town for help. And another story is like Yamato, Sai, and Sakura and Naruto is like investigating this treasure after the aftermath of all those devastation that have been occurring to the village. So basically, they ran into this neighboring village. I don't remember much of the name. I can pronounce those names right now. They're like security and they're like investigating. You can see they're like there's a lot of dead bodies and those stuff. So Yamamoto's like there not knowing much of what's going on, trying to get a little comprehend of what's going on. Naruto and Sakura like here, visualizing how beautiful the place is. And suddenly this guy comes up, and I must say the studio, what the studio does is animation. It's kind of movie that animation, that was a movie to watch. At the same time, it's just too perfect. I shouldn't say that. It's just too much. Because Kabuto looks solely young right there, and he's like too shady. But I like that he ain't as much of a development as he does right now, because you ain't seen his face, you ain't seen the scales. You can see much of his Ultraman resemblance. Naruto is like shocked, just sing them. Right there. Calm down, Naruto. Calm down. You always ace the fight as much as possible. Let us say, what are you doing here? What do you want with this place? As we all know, he's after the Shikara power right now. Like they're saying he's been doing some research. And you're right. This island is full of life. This water is full of life. And you can see some kind of water life technique. And he's like saying, I've been doing my research, but the snakes ain't complete yet. But I've come past to succeed in this experiment, and he's like showing the form of almost perfecting the Endo Tensei. And he's like, look, it's Iran. And the last thing, Iran is a form of Akatsuki. So basically, they're like in the defense mode, and they're singing on that. Blow up everything. Yamato got there, the Russian in. Not only say he only has Idon, he has a lot of Akatsuki members, some past ninja suspect that come from different shinobi lands. He summoned them up, but there's a problem. He couldn't activate Itachi, couldn't activate Azuma, so it's like it ain't complete yet. But it was a good fight. There comes out, there was this guy, I think, that teach on the third student exam. He was fighting Sakura. Basically, the student discovered that these guys are solely invincible. They cannot be destroyed unless you see them up, wasting your time trying to blow them up a monster, punch them in the face. Kabuto used on the snake stone dragon, and Naruto's like beneath the water for at least the whole episode up to now. So basically that was happening. Left out right there. I must say I'm glad to see that Iden's like come back alive, because people like saying, oh, Iden was supposed to be alive, when he's like in the ground. Oh, couldn't we see him in the war and all stuff? Or, Iden ain't dead, so could you be made someone that ain't dead? That's kind of puzzling. But, whatever that was going on, maybe he just formerly, because they say Iden is naked, so probably he was the only one swimming naked. And I must say, it wasn't really, it's dead anyway. I don't think reanimation works on people who are like dead. But if you can like mimic someone, or you like can get a certain DNA or a sickle of someone, you just maybe can bring them back alive, even though they're not dead. Whatever thing that Kabuto does, he might have had his own explanation for it. Yeah, it was a good fight. There's another story, and it's like place in the village before Naruto and those guys came. Place in the village was burned down. So this guy had to rescue those kids. They're like orphanage right now, and it comes to the point where they're like reunited in the end. I'm like glad for them. And the animation in this was good. You can see of much of more Kabuto, of what Kabuto was doing before the war occurred. Like he was doing a lot of works that I wish would actually not only should have come in the filler, but should have take place in the storyline itself. But you know, they're like pushing a lot of gap to hold up space so they can plan something big. And I think there's 5 more episodes beyond this that's left to be written or be told. And I'm like looking forward for the next 4 or 5 or something like that. But I must say it's a good episode. You can see they're like shifting a little timeline between it. I must say it must have happened before the war. You can say whatever has been occurring right now is like Kabuto is like finding himself right now because he's searching for power and he's searching for information. So basically, he's like he wants that power. So, but it was a good episode, and I seen another episode as a preview, but I look forward to it as well. And I must say, animation was good. Good to see that Akatsuki comes back. Akatsuki comes back point of view, first time. You know, and you know it's AC Itachi, those guys. But you can see they're favorite Akatsuki. Either my least favorite Akatsuki, but my favorite Akatsuki when it comes to spilling shit. You can see another ninja that I know not of, but you can see them as a strong ninja, so there won't be any reason why a couple to bring them back. So you gotta respect that. It was a good episode, and I wanted to, you know, having to know much more about this power that they call Shikara power, and why it's so important, and why it mustn't go in the wrong hands. You know, if Kabuto gets that, they know what they're gonna do. But it was a good episode. I like it a lot.